Charleston White is going viral for storming off a podcast that got really heated. Charleston White walked off this podcast before things got out of hand and got bad. This conversation got really frustrating for Charleston White because he essentially met people who were more ignorant than him. Before we get the video started, this video is sponsored by Kalshi. Kalshi is a prediction market where you literally make money by predicting real-world events. Drake is dropping Iceman May 15th. You can go on Kalshi right now and make money by placing a prediction on Drake first week sales. Look at these odds. You can make money on Kalshi by predicting Drake is gonna sell more than 150,000 copies first week. That's like the easiest money you could ever make in your life. You can sign up with Kalshi by clicking the link in my description or using code FLACCO to get $10 when you sign up.
My son have never been arrested. My daughter graduated. Hold on, this is not a competition. This is not a competition. I'm not banning with no black man that got a problem with his baby mama. You hate your baby mama. She hates you. How we gonna get together and the two people who made a seed can't even come together? I don't trust you.
All right, so what you think we need to do as a community to change that?
You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not.
I've been witnessing a trend. Now, I like Charleston White, so hopefully I'm not blowing up Charleston White's spot here. But, these dudes are getting hustled out of their money. The last couple of interviews that Charleston White did on small platforms, they always end really quickly. So these dudes are paying Charleston White, let's just say $7,000 and $10,000 for hour-plus interviews, right? But Charleston will go on these platforms, start a fight, and then walk off, and then walk off the platform early. Go look at all the small platforms that Charleston White has done in the last couple of months. It all has ended up with him walking out because Charleston White realized if he can start an argument and it gets really heated and then walk out, he can leave after 20 minutes, after 30 minutes, and he don't got to stay for the whole hour, even though he's getting paid for the full hour. It's very smart and it's brilliant. But in this conversation, it started off where it was a productive conversation. But the problem here is Charleston White met a group of niggas who's more ignorant than him, all right? Charleston White is often not in a room with people who can out-igger him. These folks out-igger Charleston White at all levels.
What you think we need to do as a community to change that?
You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not. Apologize. That's why we can't get ahead. All I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say why I say this. I got two kids. I got two kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got bastard baby. So go apologize. Go apologize.
I ain't apologizing.
So have you gone to jail on your kids? Have you gone to jail on your kids? No.
I come from a household. I come from a household with no mama, no daddy, no.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the sad story. I know plenty out there. But what are your morals like? Do your children behave properly? Do they pray tonight? Do they serve your God? Because you failed as a father, as a mother. Your children don't serve your God. My son have never been arrested. My daughter graduated. Hold on, this is not a competition. This is not a competition.
Mine's 18 and a truck driver. No felonies with business accounts.
Have you ever been to jail on your children? Have you ever been to jail on your children?
I have, yeah.
I haven't.
I haven't.
I never. So hold on.
It's about to get out of hand quickly. So the conversation started where they're talking about solutions for the black community. Charleston White is saying it's the black man's job and duty to be head of the household and to teach his family and to lead his family. However, we have gone astray because we're beefing with our baby mamas. We're beefing with our families, right? And the black family structure is torn apart. And the solution to this is for the black man to go back and apologize to his baby mama, get right, and band back together and fix the family structure. Charleston also says he can ban and do no work in fixing the community with any man who's beefing with his baby mama. Now, did Charleston White believe this? Obviously not. Obviously he doesn't, right? Charleston White is just talking. But the message is correct though, right? Like the black family structure is crucial and at the center of, all of our problems, right? Now, they get on this conversation. What I think happened is before this interview with Charleston White, dude probably told his homies, man, Charleston White be rowdy, but I ain't gonna let him, out-muscle me and out-talk me. When he get loud, I'm gonna get loud too. And that's exactly what we saw. Again, this was a productive conversation with a positive message. But once Charleston White starts getting loud, Buddy stood up too and started getting loud. The dude at the edge of the table, his job during his interview was he didn't want to look soft when these clips go out. He didn't want to look like Charleston White came into my city and out-talked me in my city. So this just felt like war instead of a productive conversation. And once it starts going left, it was just derailed completely and it couldn't come back to the center, right? Like, honestly, right? Even when Charleston White was like, hey, listen, man, my child ain't never cussed. That's because I was in my kid's life and I was cool with my baby mama. Buddy starts, yeah, not me too. Me too, what you say? Not me too. It was like, all right, man. This conversation is, at this point, once it starts going here, we just watching at this point for the train wreck and the car crash. We not watching to listen anymore.
I haven't. This is not a competition. I'm just asking questions because I'm a day one father. I didn't make bastard babies, for one. That's a curse that you put upon your children that the white man has nothing to do with. You curse your children having children out of wedlock. So I'm going to say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, it's hard to talk to you brothers because you're getting offensive about what I'm saying rather than receiving.
Not with me, cause
rather no. It ain't about what. It ain't about what you, because you still looking in the past. You just say, I can't. I know.
Come down to some can't be corrected. Some bitches can't be corrected. Nigga.
Some it ain't about the. It's about what you done wrong to the didn't do wrong to you first.
How you know?
You showed up. You showed up. Based off what you just said. Based off what you just said. You just said you were with no mother.
You can't correct the.
This ain't got nothing to do with the. I'm talking about us, black men. Take the eyes off the. You said you showed up already with no mama. So how you gonna love her and you ain't get love from mama, which is the first teacher. Mama is the first teacher. So if you don't get love and nurture from mama, you go misuse and abuse her because you sure don't know how to use a woman, black man.
That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion.
That's your opinion.
Hey, man, I don't want to argue. Next question. Let's change the subject. I would book the talk. I would book the talk.
I booked you. I booked you.
A lot of podcasts make the mistake of over talking their guests because they want to be seen. Why have the guest here if you want to do all the talking? The content comes from me asking the question, boom, get out your feelings. It's for them. It's for them. But I watch from the streets. This ain't their lane. Because you have to ask, then listen. See, you lose your advertiser. Bunch of black men done got angry. This video just lost its sting.
Charleston White has a decent message that is half correct because you can't tell me that the man is 100% wrong all the time. But I do understand the message, which is, hey, bruh, if it's a petty disagreement, put your pride to the side, man. Even if she's wrong, apologize, man. So in that regards, I understand, you should thrive to be emotionally mature to where you can put the kid before your own feelings. Understand. But to say like 100% of the time, like the woman is the one who's been wrong first, no. We know some good men who's been wrong first. Right? Like who did everything right and the woman is just tripping. So in that regard, yes. But when Charleston White is talking, they kept on interjecting. Now, this is where I do agree with Charleston White halfway. Now, I've seen interviews, like for example, with Say Cheese, where Say Cheese is just responding back and rebuttaling, and Charleston White gets pissed. Or even with the Loon conversation, where Charleston White is talking to Loon. Now, Loon is giving him room to talk, but he is rebutting things he don't agree with. And Charleston White gets pissed and threatened to walk off. And I think during that interview, he does walk off as well, right? Because he don't want to be challenged. Now, in those interviews, I had a problem with it because it's a conversation, right? You're here to have a conversation. With this podcast, I kind of understand. They asked Charleston White a question. Charleston White now he does go off on a tangent, but, he was in the middle of making a point and they kept on interjecting and he expressed, hey, this is frustrating. Let me get off my point and let me speak and then respond. In this regard, I do think they interjected a tad bit too much, but like Charleston, I do have to understand, like, bro, like if you're on a podcast, homie, like you can't go off on a 10-minute tangent and then get upset when they interrupt you at the 9-minute mark. All right, bro, you've talked enough. You are supposed to talk the most, but it's a podcast instead of an interview. DJ Vlad is an interview. These dudes invited you on their podcast for y'all to have a conversation, and a conversation is a two-way street, so I do understand in that regard.
This men can't realize that the put out what you put in her. Stop putting so much dick in her. Watch your behave properly. Give her some proper instructions. Give her some game. Show her how to heal her hurt with her mama. Don't put your hurt and her hurt together and y'all trauma bond to end up hurting one another and working against your children based on how y'all feel about each other.
But let me say something to you. You prejudge some of us.
I'm not prejudging. I don't know y'all.
Hold on.
I don't know y'all.
You stereotype some of us.
I'm not stereotype. I'm saying me.
But let me speak. Let me speak.
I don't want to. See, so this is why I don't do podcasts with black men. Because you want to tit for tat me rather than moving to the next question.
I ain't tit for tat you. I'm trying to get some game.
No. You attack me by saying I prejudge, and I'm saying, homie, I don't know y'all to prejudge.
But what you said was a very prejudgmental statement about black men.
Well, because most black men are not in the homes.
Exactly. You perceived us to be those type of black men.
No.
Yeah, the did.
I asked questions. I didn't perceive. I asked questions. I said, who been? Have you? I never perceived anything. I specifically asked questions because I know how to communicate in this form.
Okay, so if that is the case, you didn't give us a chance to clarify that we're not those type of men you talk about.
I never said you were. That's why I asked specifically. He said he wasn't. You said you did. Have you been in prison? Yeah. He said no. I did give you a chance.
I'm speaking of before that. When you talking about people, kids.
I never said y'all kids.
Our children
I said black men. I didn't say y'all. 73% of households. 73% of households.
You didn't say yes.
I didn't attack y'all. He took it as that. 73. I'm talking statistics without saying numbers. 73% of households are headed by a single mother. 80% of kids, father names is not on an emergency contact in school. I can keep going on, homie. So it's not y'all. I said us. As a whole.
So, again, us as a whole, because it's about changing the narrative. We don't want to keep perpetuating.
It's not about changing a narrative.
How it ain't?
It's about
you don't want it to be changed?
No. Narrative. It's about changing the man in the mirror. I didn't look at a narrative. I went in the mirror. I walked back from the mirror, fixing what I needed to fix. I became the change I wanted to see. I looked around in the house. I didn't say nothing to the kids. I started fixing what needed to be fixed. I started cleaning up. I started focusing on me. And as I got me better, my house got better.
And what I'm telling you, at the point in life that all of us are
not a narrative.
we're at that.
It's about self-improvement.
From within.
We're at that page. So we're at that page, and we're on self-improvement.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying you're not.
Charleston White scary has left the building. Let him leave.
There you go, bro. All right, Charleston White done finessed y'all out y'all money, man. Y'all should have ran after me. Hey, Charleston, we paid you for an hour, bro. You can't do this. Y'all just sat there too and watch him walk off. Yo, you think Charleston White wanted to do an hour podcast with a podcast where the podcast table is a pool table and y'all got water bottles in the y'all yo, Charleston finessed y'all, man. Bro, go back and watch the other podcasts where Charleston White does interviews with smaller platforms. It always ends up in a walkout, before that hour mark, man, right? Because Charleston White don't want to be there, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, man. Who do you guys think was in the right during this conversation? And if you enjoyed this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or here, or here, or here, somewhere on my screen to find out why exactly DJ Academics and Joe Budden is currently beefing. I'm going to see you guys in this Academics and Joe Budden video. Send me a hype to this video by clicking the hype button if you want to show support. That's the best way to show support and help me out and push my video. So please send me a hype. I'm going to see you guys in this Academics and Joe Budden video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.